Hello, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Ogunshala. I'm the founder of Brainy High Schools in the beautiful city of Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. I've been in the TIP Inner Circle for 4 good years now, but this year, 2025, interestingly, I requested to move back to level 1 because you see, it's not about how much you know, it's about how much you're willing to become through what you know. And for me, going back was a bold step forward. Before I joined the Inner Circle, I was already, hosting parenting workshops in my school. But I got to a point where I had run out of relatable resources to guide the parenting in my school community. I literally said a prayer. Lord, please, if you really want me to help this parent in my school, send me help, send me resources that people could relate with. And boom, I stumbled on Coach Wendy's parenting books. I must say that was the beginning of a beautiful transformation. And this transformation isn't just for the school community, it is for me as a parent. From time to time, we get our teachers to read and review Coach Wendy's books. And many parents from our school community are now members of the Inner Circle. Let me tell you, the impact of this is massive in our school community, trust me. From the book reviews by the teachers to our parents joining the Inner Circle, it's a lot easier for teachers and parents to work together. So we now have what we call shared relationships. We have shared values. We have parenting partnerships that work. It's no longer parents versus teachers. It's a beautiful relationship that exists. It's the teachers knowing the right discipline, to engage the children or the learners with. So let me tell you something. I have 3 degrees in early childhood education, from B.Ed to PhD. But I must say, even with my child psychology knowledge, parenting is not easy. Parenting is not theory. It's practice. It's daily responsibilities. It's emotional connection, emotional intelligence, emotional presence. It's showing up for your kids, making the right decisions even when you don't feel like it. And this is what Inner Circle has taught me. Inner Circle holds me accountable. It brings me back to what really matters, the home. There's a story that I'll never forget. There was an assignment we did in the Inner Circle, and we were asked to create these family values and family mission statement. My husband and I sat down and we redefined what should be our core values, and we got our kids to understand it. So one of them was decency in dressing. One day we were running out late. We're going for an event actually, and I hurriedly threw a dress at my girl. And she looked at me and said, "Mommy, I can't wear this." Then I said, "Why? Why not? Come on, we're late. Come on, wear it." And she said, "No, it's not decent. You taught us that. Decency is part of our family values." You see what I did? I froze, honestly. And you know what? I apologized. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have done that. But TIB taught me to do that. The parents can actually apologize to their kids when they are wrong. And Inner Circle reminds me to be intentional about my actions and inactions. And let's be honest, you cannot parent alone. Love is not enough. Passion is not enough. Prayers are not even enough if you are not willing to learn how to apply the wisdom. So, a lot of us, we prepare for our careers, we prepare for our weddings, our businesses, but who prepares us, for the most important job, raising the children? Think about it. So in case you're still, thinking of joining the TIP Inner Circle, I want to welcome you. It's a journey that you will never regret. It's the Inner Circle where you feel like you never knew anything about parenting, because there's just a lot to learn and a lot to do, but it's going to be good for you and your kids and their future. Trust me. So I'll be looking out for you in 2026, maybe level 1, and I can as well go to level 2. But see you in 2026. Remember, parenting is about you. Bye.
And yes, remember, parenting is about you. Yes, it is so good to be in the studio today. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for joining me. It is such an honor to be live and to see you once again. Yes, this is our happy place. The cathedral is the place that you want to be all the time. And we have right in the building the team lead of God 1, Ekemini Emmanuel. Ekemini is here alone, even though Ekemini is supposed to be. Where's Uncle Ray? I will not talk to you except you can bring up Ray, please. We don't want you. We want a career, please. If you want a career in the studio, please make some noise. Ekemini is going to have my head, but it's okay. I love Uncle Ray like that. Shout out to you, Uncle Ray. Thank you so much, Ekemini, for being here. Ekemini and Uncle Ray are, the couple you want to love, right? In the inner circle. Interesting, though, and I've been privileged to meet them twice in a row in this year alone. Such an awesome thing to see, right? And thank you so much. Did I tell you that Ekemini, they make the best zobo ever? In fact, I drank that soup. I said, maybe they should bring this zobo to Abuja for me. Thank you so much for being here. It is such an amazing, amazing time. And you're welcome back again to my intentional parenting journey. Yes, I'm back in the studio. I told you today that we'll have a wedding party. Yes, we're excited in the office. All of us are excited. We'll have a wedding party today. The first wedding party in the Intentional Parents Academy. Such a beautiful thing to witness. Thank you so much for being here. In my intentional parenting journey, everybody fears different things, about how the intentional parents have actually changed their lives. Now, nobody speaks to anybody to come on my intentional parenting journey to say anything. Believe you me, everybody comes here to speak what do they think and how they think it. And it's one of the most beautiful things to watch on this journey. Ekemini is the chief noisemaker of cohort 1O. Shout out to you guys. Somehow, you just love going to their cohorts to go and just see their noise making, And some if you don't like making noise, all the people that don't like plenty chat, I don't like it, just don't bother being in that cohort because you wake up to like 2,000 chats of people chatting differently. But it's exciting to see a people build such cohesion in less than 1 year. Such a beautiful thing. And of course, that's where leadership actually works so much. Shout out to you, Uncle Ray. Uncle Ray, I don't know why you're not in the studio. I think you are in the background. Which one? But it's okay. Yeah, we know that you are there. It is so good to have you around. And yes, I can see you saying welcome back. Yes, I'm back. Somebody said, Coach, when did you come back? That we didn't know which part. I was back into the country early in the morning yesterday, and I was still in the office yesterday. Yep, that's how we roll. Thank you so much for being here. And Uncle Ray says cohort 1O to the rest of the world. I get it. Even my brother peppers me with this same cohort. Like, what is going on? Well, this guy in our cohort, this our cohort, I'm like, please, can you people stop? Even in my house, I'm being choked with this particular cohort. They are choking me. As in, my brother is inside, my sister is inside. They are choking my life out. Like, come on. All right, you have Ekemini Emmanuel. Shout out to you, Ekemini. Welcome here. All right, you're muted. I need you to unmute yourself. And yes, okay. Yeah, you are. Let me see if you're still muted. Okay, I think you're muted now. Welcome here, Ekemini. Tell us, how did you get into the inner circle and why did you get here?
All righty. Good morning, everyone. It's so good to be here. You see, oh God, I've dreamed for this day all of my life. Good morning to the most amazing, delectable, phenomenal, and outstanding coach east of the Niger and to the rest of the world. I honor you, Mama. Good morning. I'm so honored to have you interview me today. Like when I saw your face, I was like, oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Ma, for this opportunity. And shout out to the greatest cohort ever, outliers to the world. Yes, the chief outlier is here. So there's nothing less you're going to be getting. We're going to be giving you noise back to back to back. And to all of us, thank you so much for showing up. I'm so grateful. Thank you to the TIP team. You guys have heard me from my hands. Thank you so much, my sisters, my downlines. That's how they call them. Thank you for being here. Okay, so how did I get in here? It's a long story, but let me find a way to start. And I will not forget to say shout out to my bestest man ever. Indeed, he's a bridegroom. Indeed, he has groomed me so beautifully. And that's why I'm able to make this noise without reservations. Thank you so much, my amazing husband, the ray of my sunshine. I honor you, sir. So,
Hey.
okay, Mama. So sometime in 2019, I was scrolling like you do your hand. I was scrolling on the streets of Facebook, and I came upon your post. I can't really remember what it was about, but I started following. Then we had just had our son in February of that year, so I started following, seeing some things. Coincidentally, Madam Tokbe Topstar also was posting things that were aligning with what we were posting, and I was like, okay. I'm sure that this woman is following this other yellow person. Let me just be following two of them. Anyway, you launched two of your books, the first two books that year. So I reached out to you. You sent me a contact after I made payments where I could get it in you. I went to get them and I was like, I beg, I have the books. The books were even autographed, like you had your signature on it. What are you talking about? So I don't need any other thing. Anyway, so I got the book. I started reading the two books, myself and my husband. Well, of course, it didn't make sense, but we just read and started doing one or two things. And then came COVID, so everybody was home and all of that. And I was still following your pages, you and Madam Tokwe Topstar, getting inspiration and all of that. Fast forward to 2021, when we had our second son, and then he was growing up, and we noticed that there were one or two lapses, one or two things that were missing. Now, when he grew up, when he was born rather, we didn't have a help. And so we're nannying the first one with screen, and the second one, as he was coming, we're also adding him to the nannyhood with screen. Anyway, when he was 1 year, 6 months, we noticed that there was a lot of mess in the two of them. And within that time, they did the no yelling challenge. And I was talking to myself and saying, these people are challenging yelling. Have they asked my mother whether they should challenge yelling first? The queen of all yellers. Anyway, I joined. And of course, after the no yelling challenge, there was no structure to implement. Everything just went like that. But there was one thing I didn't do. When they would say, go and put it on your social media handle, I didn't do it too, because I didn't want anybody to hold me, because I knew after this thing, nothing will happen. I will still yell. Anyway, so when we noticed the lapses in our children, particularly the second one, towards the end of that year, I just told my husband, these people make too much noise. Every time, only Yadas get it. I will attend Tuesday like only Yadas get it. I will attend course, only Yadas get it. Their shakara is just too much. All this pride will not matter in heaven. But do you know, when I entered the yard, that was when I knew that truly, truly, this pride does matter in heaven. Because I have seen that I'm now carrying the matter on my head more than the way they were carrying it when I was outside. So, Mama, that was how we got into the yard, because we noticed these lapses. And after the no yelling challenge, I saw that I didn't stop yelling. And I was like, how much is it? I came in here because of pride. You were just too proud. All of you were just too proud. So I said, let me come in and see what the pride is about. These people are making too much now. Is it not 50,000? Collect, let me see. So that was how I got into the yard. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Well done, Ekemini. You are watching and you're listening to Ekemini Emmanuel. Ekemini is the chief noisemaker. I don't call her co-op leader, I call her chief noisemaker of court. I think you know how a lead is the chief noisemaker, and then everybody just follows. Everybody wants to follow her to her new cohort. I don't know where her new cohort is. But I see her group members. Hey, no, we're following her to her new cohort. I'm like, what's wrong with you people? Are you guys okay? Honestly, yes, Ekemini is a whole vibe, not just her. Ekemini and her amazing husband are great. Both of them are a whole vibe in that cohort. Amazing couple to meet as well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It has been an honor to have you. And yes, there's a whole vibe everywhere. Really, really. I got my legs into Scotland. Just 2 Yadas who knew that I was in Scotland. They drove all the way, booked hotel, sat beside me. Why did you do that? I'm like, how do you guys do this? It's just so heartwarming to know and to see. And of course, you just see others everywhere. We're just proud. We love it. We just love being proud. And if you're so angry about our pride, then we can't help you. Our extras are extra. We love to be extra. How can you not be extra? Your coach is very extra. The extra that actually peppers, that kind of thing, right? Yes. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, Ekemini said, I came here to come and see what it's all about. And this is her now. She's now the chief pride of the proudest, aka my speaker. That's it. All right. Thank you so much. Ekemini, talk to me. When you got into the yard, and with all the noise, like when people say we make a lot of, somebody said to me, I've heard a lot of hype about this inner circle. Ah, are you sure that this hype that I'm going to really feel anything? I said TIP is not the hype. TIP is not a hype. It is the hype, as in the hype of the hype is TIP Academy, right? And I'm sure that when you see a lot of the noise and all of that, you're going to be thinking, are you sure that these people actually do anything really? I mean, they just come out and just make a lot of noise, right? So Ekemini, over to you. What was that thing that struck you when you got into the yard? What was that thing that when you entered, you were like, this is it, and this is where I would need to be? Over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Structure. First thing that got me was structure. When I got in towards November of that year, so I didn't really have to wait a long time. But then came December 1st. They said they're having induction. I said, induction, bao. After my radiography induction again, online, sha. Okay, let's be going. So I laid down on the bed. I was just putting my hands under the pillow and just watching what the people were doing. And as soon as you came up, I sat up on the bed. I'm like, I don't understand. Induction. Is this how the rest of the year will be? Before then I was priding in comfort. I didn't want anybody to ruffle me. I would tuck my head under the blanket. I just wanted to be in my comfort zone. And so that induction ceremony came and it ruffled me in less than 10 minutes. I didn't know what to expect. But then we started and I saw structure, family values, family media plan. What are you talking about? You mean you people plan how to do media? So that was what got me hooked. And I just kept staying and I kept following. And day after day, month after month, year after year, it has not been the same. It's been from one phenomenal milestone to another. And yes, that is why I am here. We'll be here, always be here, and drag many followers into this place. Thank you.
Awesome. Structure. Structure is one thing that you're going to get away with when you actually get into the system, right? People, somebody was asking me, so with all the things that the place is just where you just come, you just chat away. I said, TRT Academy is not a place you chat away. It's too serious. And sometimes I even think that we're too serious and we need to actually give some room to get people to actually, So somebody said one of the things that shocked her one day was the day she came into the yard. When she came into the yard, and then she said, happy birthday to me, it's my, and the next thing she saw that they removed her. What happened? Why are they removing me? Coach, why did they remove me? I said, it's my birthday. I wanted people to help me celebrate. I said, not here. We don't care about your birthday. Go and do it somewhere else. Oh, my father died somewhere else. My mother somewhere. But we now created a community of your station. Now, of course, you now have state communities. You now have, UK Yadas, Uyo Yadas. And, over there, we can now have all of those things, shenanigans that you want to do. But please, not in our learning hall. That's how serious as in it gets. Because we want to learn and we want to actually have a lot of direction to it. And structure is one thing that we pride with. I pride with it. My life is structured, because it has to move on, right? And really, like this, we stay in the yard. Excuses are cheap. Those that make them are not wise. So we structure every part so that you will be able to thrive. All right. So if you are coming in and thinking, this is where I'm going to be celebrating my son's 5th birthday. Oh, my children, there's an order. If you do it, you just see TIP police remove you for 14 days in jail. We don't do that here. So don't think that that's where you come and celebrate how you are celebrated 40, 30. It's okay for you to celebrate. You can reach out to me. I can even celebrate you on my wall, but please, not in the yard, not inside our yard. Thank you so much for being here. We have Ekemini Emmanuel. Ekemini Emmanuel is a yada through and through. Ekemini Emmanuel is here sharing on my intentional parenting journey. Ekemini, you're actually such a superstar. 19 minutes in, we have 143 people watching on YouTube alone. Such an amazing, amazing thing. Thank you so much for being here. So tell me, this is going to be your floor, and you're going to take it however you want to take it and where you want to take it from. How has the inner circle impacted your life, your journey, your parenting, your marriage, your name it, whatever you want to take it from, your work? I know that you also have a 9 to 5. I know that you run a business. I know that you have, different aspects of your life. How has the inner circle affected those aspects of your life? Failure, the mistakes, the wins, whichever one you want to share with us. We're here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mom. Well, the question would have been, Mama, sorry, how has the inner circle not impacted your life? Because truthfully, I can't see any space around me, within me, under me, above me, that has not been impacted by the inner circle. But I'll just point out a few, and let me issue out a disclaimer, please. Whatever I'm going to say here is not up to 50% of the experience of the benefits that I've gained being in the TIP Inner Circle Academy. I'll just share the little that time is going to permit me to share, but know that there are so many more that I won't be able to share. I'll start with our second son, because I would say I came into the yard because of him. So when I came into the yard, this boy was a complete mess. Cognitively and every othertively, he was a mess. He didn't have fine motor skills. He didn't have gross motor skills. There were no skills at all. I mean, you will speak to this boy, and he was almost 2. You'll speak to this boy, and it looks as though he has mashed potato in his brain. It's like he wouldn't understand. And this boy was so plump and cute. He would just give you a cute smile. Like, what's going on? He couldn't hold. He couldn't grip. He couldn't control his bowels. I don't know how to really explain it for you to get this in perspective, but I have a couple of my friends, colleagues, neighbors on this stream, so they can attest to what I'm saying. Now, let me put him side by side his brother at this point. My children were those children that you would pity me. In fact, when we had our second son and it was announced in church that I had a boy again, people were happy for me. Okay, she has given birth, but they were so sad because my first son was a handful, like full. These children were children that they were always expelling from children's church every Sunday because the children teachers couldn't deal. So every Sunday, we are in the choir, myself and my husband, you will always see them bringing back our children to us. They couldn't deal. And while we would try to say, keep them, we knew the lot that we had, so we really didn't blame them. So we were in that space that we didn't know what to do. At least the first one, COVID came, so we had to just stay with him at home. But the second one didn't have that leverage. It's not like I was really busy. I was present, what you would call I was in the house, I had all of the time. But the difference was I didn't have the knowledge to do what I was supposed to do in that time. So I was physically present, but I was absent emotionally. I was absent in every other aspect that really mattered. And so it affected these children. These children, you can't take them outside because they were they were awkward, socially awkward in all manner. And so we came into the inner circle. Even before I came in, joining Tuesday Lives and all of that. So one day, I can't remember what session it was, Coach started listing some features of screen autism. It was as if she knew my son and was describing him. And so these were children that will not eat unless the screen is on. They will not sleep if you don't give them screen. They won't do anything. In fact, we had 2 tablets, one for each, because we didn't want trouble, just what you want. We will carry it to church. We will carry it we will carry it everywhere, literally. Anyway, when it got in, Coach started telling us what to do. The first thing she said was take off the screen. I was like, is there no other way? Because I didn't know how possible that was going to be. But anyway, we started withdrawing. It was like it wasn't going to be possible. We tried. Thank God for my amazing husband one more time. He wasn't in the yard, but he was always willing and open to try out what I was bringing. Now, we started by withdrawing the tablets, just giving them maybe a few minutes or hours in a day. And then she came again on another session, Coach, and said, take off the screen completely. She used to come at a time when I needed another direction. She just comes and it's like she's hitting it on me, like, take off, like she didn't put Ekemini, but I was hearing Ekemini, take off the screen completely. And then that's what we did. It was like magic. We took off the screen. Oh, we went full guns blazing on educational materials. As God will have it, around that time, I had also, now this story I'm gisting you, 1 year of inner circle class pastor, mind you, it was not as sharp as it sounds in my mouth. Now, by this time, I had fished in my neighbor, Madam Jean. So she came in and somehow she started selling educational materials, TIP inspired. And so that was like a miracle for me. So I would just go to her house. In fact, her children would call me, Mommy Ubong, my mommy has new materials. I'll say, correct. I would just go. Pack. I'll not even ask how much. In fact, before she comes back from work, I have packed and come back. By the time she gives me bill, I'll just be like, Jesus. But then it worked. We filled up this house with educational materials, puzzles, blocks, sticks, books. My goodness. That's what this house was filled with. At first, it was like it wasn't going to make any meaning. But we scattered books everywhere, scattered toys everywhere. We had to hide the tablets. And then we started seeing changes. And then there was another session with Coach Omolola. I think it was Understanding Your Child's Learning Style. She came and talked about the various learning disabilities in children and how to help them. Now, this was my youngest son who couldn't grip, who couldn't hold. In fact, if he needs to drink water, you would hold the cup for him because he couldn't do anything with his hands. So we started making him play with sand. He will go and be doing his hand like this. We say he will play. I'll buy beans. I'll make him pack the beans for me. He will pick it one after the other. I'll make him break spaghetti for me. Coach Omolola said, buy fat pencils. I bought. Now I'm going to say at this point, if you have been missing live sessions or you have been muting, putting off comments in live sessions, I don't know, but it helped me. Because beyond what the speaker is saying, you will learn a lot from the live comments. I learned so much. People will come in there and say what they are doing with their kids. And that's why you don't see me lacking in the comment section. I am coming to learn because as I'm listening, I am reading the comments and I am picking out points. I've learned so much in the comment section of live sessions here in the inner circle. Anyway, back to my story. So we did all of that. We made him start doing stuff that needed his fingers. He couldn't hold blocks. So the blocks were just for the older one who was about 4 at the time. But somehow, you know, he started with holding my beans. I would scatter my beads, dismantled it on the bed. He would try to gather. And from there. Coach, we didn't notice until it was about a year. We noticed that the TV in our house had not gone on. We noticed that the tablet in our house had not come out. You know, we were so focused on doing it until we didn't know we were achieving results. We continued. And then he had to enter school at 2 and 5 months. We went to the school and we spoke to them. This is our situation. They said, okay. They came in. Now, because of knowledge, we now know how they are, their temperaments, their learning styles, their personalities. And so 2 of them are not in the same school. Is it easy? No. But is it working? Yes. So we put the older one in a school that was fit for his personality. We put this younger one in a school that meets his personality. And they are doing amazing. Now, the first one, to put it in perspective, is a complete sanguine, kinesthetic, life of the party. If he enters this place, it's like his mother. And interestingly, I used to wonder, why can't you just be like your father? You see that thing that coach says that when you hit on a child, you're hitting on your inner child. You know, my parents used to say, you are a girl. You shouldn't be talking too much. Reduce it. And so that is what I was doing to my child. I thought he should just calm down, be like this, your father. And the boy was not having it. I didn't know I was killing my child until I came into the inner circle and I learned. And so we put him in a school that cha-cha-cha was there for him. And we put this one is just easy going. He doesn't want anybody's wahala. He just wants to be on his own. You know, just that very sweet child. So it was just easy to overlook him. Very sweet and just, oh my goodness. Coach. The day it shocked me, one of those days that they expelled him from children's church, I brought him to me and he started, oh my goodness. Coach, if you see me going to church that time, you would think I'm traveling. I will put crayons inside my bag, color by number, Bible stories. Oh, Madam Jane, my God will bless you. This woman has given me amazing resources. I don't know where I would have gotten them from. I will put Bible stories, different type. The one that the colors are very bright, the ones that they are not bright, so that when you're tired of the bright colors, you will take the other one. I will put building blocks. My bag used to be very big, and I will carry my own Bible, but their things will fill up the bag just so that they will not disturb because I knew they were going to expel them. There's no how. So they will pity me. Sister Ekemini, sorry, oh, chai, hey, yeah, sorry. Don't worry, the next one will be a girl so that you will rest. I said, I've not even finished with this two. He said the next one. People are not even serious. So anyway, one of those days during our midweek service, I attend RCCG. So we were in Bible study on a Tuesday, and this boy started manifesting. The second one now, I just gingerly carried him out, and I was standing outside. Because coach will say, if parenting doesn't change anything in you, you're not doing it right. So at that time, in that season of my life, I knew that it wasn't about me hearing the gospel, just sitting down and hitting on the child. It was a time to take care of this child, and the little that I could put in my ear was just enough. So whenever he starts manifesting and disturbing other people, I will kokoma take him out, and we will stand outside and do our service. Some days we will sit outside and our service will be outside. So this day, there's some signage on our church wall, and I heard him read there, Jesus. I had goosebumps. From where to where? Guy, you are not talking. All he could do at that time was sing. Oh, coach says something. That every child is born a genius, but our parenting style de-geniuses them. I have seen it firsthand in my life. Now, this boy, all at that time, he was not talking. He will sing. I don't know how he did it. And he has a very sonorous voice. Coach, my son is a singer. So when he read outside, I was like, I don't understand. So after service, I told the father, come and see something. This boy read. I mean read. He was 3. The father came and pointed. He read. He couldn't read the big words. Coach, let me not bore you with just this one. But the testimony here is, as at the last session, when they were doing their end of session party, in his school, remember they're in different schools. So myself and my husband went, of course we have to go. Me, I was there to eat party jollof. I was there to jump. I was there to enjoy our school fees. Nothing, I wasn't expecting anything because truthfully, we were too focused on doing what needed to be done. We didn't even know that the results had started manifesting. Coach, when they were calling other children in other class, trust me, now I will shout, clap, because of course my son cannot be, what are you even talking about? This is my child. Coach, they got to his class and called him as the best student. The way I jumped that day, hey, they knew me now. Coach, they gave him certificates. My son walked up that podium, got his certificate, knew how to turn it and hold for picture. That was when my eye opened, Ekemini, you have been too blind to your results. After that, coach, they said they were going to do music. Now, one more thing, coach had mentioned that you should carry them, let them go and swim. You should put them, let them play instruments. Coach, what I used to do, it was that year that you said you fly by instructions. I was like, this woman has not even allowed me to finish walking. She wants me to fly. Anyway, this child, I want you to be all right, so I will fly. Let us be flying. I came back to my husband. They say swimming. He said, we started looking for swimming instructor. We caught him. They say instruments. We put them inside music school. We have microphone in our house. We have guitar in our house. We have keyboard in our house. It's drums because I don't want Madam Jane to come and pursue me out of the house and say I'm disturbing her. So we made them be in these spaces. Now, why I brought that in was, coach, they said music club wants to sing. Who was the lead singer? My son that could not talk. My son that could not write. My son, coach, when he started writing, he will hold his pen like a dagger. And when he now finally got to write one, some days the one will stand straight. Some days they will lie down. Some days they'll be dancing at Ilogo and say, one is one. Teacher, take that one and leave my child. Coach, that was the child that was a lead singer. He sang this song so powerfully. And then the next song they were presenting, my son was drumming. Coach, he did not drum out of beats. This boy, as of today, is 4. He will be 5 in April. That was when it occurred to me that indeed we make light of our testimonies. We came back home. This boy plays keyboard. As of today, my neighbors can attest to it. This boy plays keyboard. He plays choruses. When this boy sings, he doesn't sing out of tune. He sings on a key. He holds the mic very well. He commands the stage. If this boy leads praise and worship, you're going to have to come down and find out if this is a 4-year-old coach. Coach, those same children of mine that were expelled from children's church, they are now like the pillars of the children's church because there is nothing they want to do. These children will not be inside. Coach, as of last Sunday, they said they want to do choreography. My first son, I'm not even reached that stage, but let me just be mixing them because of time. My first son will be walking as if somebody that is trying to use his body and be drawing zigzag on the road. He will bump into objects. He would, oh Jesus, he was directionless. That was the one that we even had hope upon. Coach, that boy, sometime in I think last month, they were electing prefects for their class. I attend RCCG, so they section children according to their ages. He's in 6 to 8. Now he turned 6 and just got to that class in September. So I think first Sunday of October, they were electing a prefect. Coach, everybody, okay, let me say 85% of the class, I wasn't there, they came to give me the story, voted for my son to be their class captain. This same boy that the whole church used to pity me and my husband. This same boy that when they are doing activities in church and going on the podium, he will just be moving up and down like the person with no head, no correct. That is the boy that is commanding a whole class. Coach, I don't want to cry, but it's been a journey. And it would have been a mess. I would have messed up these children if I was not in the system. Coach, you see, there's something about hearkening to instructions, even when you don't understand. See, when you say we should swim, I didn't understand that swimming thing. Let me even know like, because I almost drowned as a child. So I was like, what are people saying? Swimming far. But I was encouraging them in my cohort too. I did not tell them that our relationship with water ends inside cup. But I was encouraging them, let us go and be swimming. When I took these children, I saw how this began to bring back their attention, bring back their focus, bring back their abilities. Coach, these children are amazing. They are children that people point hand and say, go and learn from these people. Let me enter my first son. My first son's name is Ubon Obasi. I have not seen a more composed 6-year-old. Obasi holds me by my words. Let me give you a story. One of those days, after the emotional intelligence course, so I came in, I was teaching them, blah, blah, blah. So I came back from work one day. I was in the kitchen. He had gone out to play with Madam Jane's children. And next thing he came out and stood in the kitchen and told me, mommy, how you doing? I told him, what have you done this time? So he told me that his slippers is on top of the roof. That he wanted to see when something goes up the roof, whether it can come down. I said, slippers that I just bought. Anyway, let us go. So the way I responded, he hesitated in following me. So I went outside. I told him, my friend, would you land here before I scatter your head or see so? He now came. I gave him everything I wanted to give him, basically. Do you know? This boy kept quiet too. Gave him consequences. When I got inside, after like 30 minutes, he told me, Mommy, can we talk? I said, yes. He said, Mommy, sit down. I sat down. He said, Mommy, you say you will scatter my head. Mommy, you cannot scatter my head. After everything Coach Wendy has been teaching you, Mommy, that's not how you should have reacted. Mommy, you should have calmed down, take a deep breath in and breathe out. Mommy, how can you say you will scatter my head? Mommy, it's like you are going to hellfire because you are not understanding what Coach Wendy is saying. Mommy, you are still shouting. You know, humility agbada, I wore it. Wore humility shoe, wore humility hat. I now went and cried in our forum of team leads. I said, people should come. The hunter has become the hunted today. That is just one out of it. This boy is so emotional. You know, he's so self-aware that when I talk to him, he'll be like, Mommy, you are not kind to me. Mommy, I'm a king. Oh. Why are you talking to me like that? And one more thing this system has given to me is the privilege of having parenting partners. As soon as I got in, the first day coach said, Boys Leadership Academy, I said, where we going? When he went, they say it's not up to the age. I said, hey, do you people have an extra class that he can be doing till he gets to the age? They say, yes. I said, hey, put him inside. So he did like 3 courses before he even turned 6 and was eligible to enter. So he's in that system. I am learning. He is learning. Everybody is learning together. This amazing boy, in all his classes, in his school. Interestingly, he's in a school owned by a Yada, Madam Ogushola. So of course, you know, everything just blends. He's in school, at home, in his mentorship academy. Everything is just, so it's easier. Do you know that in all his classes, this boy is always being made the class captain, that he's so put together. You know, when they tell me this, I'm like, which child of mine are you talking about? Because I'm always picturing those my desert experiences. They say he's so put together. He's the one who helps the teachers. He's so emotionally intelligent. He wants to help everybody. He's so outspoken that the other day they were asking in the assembly what is bullying. He raised his hand and he defined bullying very well. I say, are you serious? My child. Coach, time will fail me. But I am so grateful to find myself in this system. And you know, because of these results, I didn't have to convince Uncle Ray. All those years I was fighting, you must learn, you must learn. I will just be sweating for nothing and we will quarrel on top. But you see, he saw these results and he submitted himself and said, Henry, that thing I will join. I was like, and you say, which thing? I needed to be sure. And when he mentioned it, that's how he landed in the year. It was not Kalu. I have walked this journey so much so that I'm not sure I talk about anything. My colleagues can attest to this. I'm not sure I talk about anything outside CIP. I'm not sure I preach about anything. In fact, those that follow me on Facebook, you will see that somehow when I go around marketing my business, I will still land in CIP. We have achieved massive results. Is it in my marriage? The first year that coach taught us honor as a skill, I don't know what made my husband to be around that live stream. He now heard when they say, hey, honor your husband, something. He was now whistling. I unleashed on him. I say, is that what you have you honored me? Don't I deserve honor? That is how we quarreled on top of honor as a skill. But anyway, somehow I began to submit to the teachings. I began to tone down. My husband is very quiet though. And he used to be a malice keeper. Uncle Ray could keep malice. Jesus. This thing will pay me. Because let us talk about it. Don't sweep this under the carpet. My husband sweep it under the carpet, layer it with tiles and leave it there. What are you doing? So we will quarrel and quarrel and quarrel. Do you know when I started calming down? He will say things that I should react to. I will not react. He will say the thing, it will pain me. I will just look at him. He said, child, this woman truly you have changed. And that's how he joined me here. All my years of fighting, I just wasted my energy. All my years of doing, you must. My husband now, CIP is on top of his head. I think he has even passed himself. Even in mechanic, in the church, coach from CIP, my husband said that he wants to go and be a father figure to boys in our teenage church. My husband went to the teenage church and made a big difference. My husband now has boys under his wings that he speaks to. And there are some girls who even come to him. Is it in business? My husband used to drink Coke like this. That day we now came, coach, you talked about Coke and Puff Puff. That is how stray bullets now hit my sweetheart. And he now sat down and was thinking about his life. That is how Nature-Based Premium Zobo came about. So we made it and somehow it turned into business. Coach, we are doing amazing. This business started in February, but I can't count the thousands of bottles that have gone out. Coach, from the structure in CIP, I was able to arrange that business. When you see my advert, it's not like somebody that is just starting. Everybody say, Kenny, you are doing well. I carry the thing on my head. People are looking at it like, Zobo, do you know that I am solving your problem? I am making you not to die of all those nonsense you are drinking. I am solving your problem. He says, Zobo, what is Zobo? When we started, they were looking down on us. But now, coach, they are coming around. Because by the time I package myself, talk about it, present it to you, how dare you not buy it? There's something wrong with you. Let me even enter community. Coach, this system has given me community. It has given me access that ordinarily I would not have. Where I want to come now? Where would I have carried it from? I have access to you, coach. Do you know, I go back and I see those videos. I was dancing and doing my bum bum close to you. And I say, hey, Ekemini, it is you. Coach, see access. Even when they put up my flyer today, I was like, me and coach inside the same flyer. Oh, more. Coach, I'm going to go and show my mother that thing. I will show her that flyer. Then I will tell her who you are and what you are so that she will know that I have arrived. Why am I saying this? Because as a child, I was shut down. You know, my parents will want you to be the best. My brother is on this live stream. Interestingly, we're just two of us. They want us to be the best, but their actions will show otherwise. They will talk us down. Maybe they were trying to, in their own knowledge, encourage us to do better, but it killed our morale. And something very interestingly happened. I'll come back to the community. Something very interestingly happened in my circle. And people will see that, okay, I have this potential in me, but I didn't see it. In fact, my husband used to be so frustrated when he tells me you can be this, you can be more. And I'm like, what are you even talking about? Leave me, or I'll lie down, carry blanket and cover my head, cover all my potentials under the blanket. So I was in a leadership space where I was made the vice chairperson. Of course, I was doing yes, I didn't even ask anybody to do work. So our chairman had to japa and the load fell on my head. I said, who? I'm resigning. I started writing. I wrote resignation letter and gave to our chairman. I said, before you japa, here is my resignation letter. I will not do this work. Who is me? Anyway, the man rejected my resignation letter. Coach, I started doing this work. But you know, I didn't have that much of a structure. So I did it to a point that, okay, it was time to re-elect. And my colleagues who believed so much in me were like, hey, come and go, come and go, come and go. That was the first step to my liberation. I printed. In fact, she should be on this stream, Madam MM. I said she printed my poster. We started campaign, did everything. Manifesto on flick. Do you know, Coach, election day came. And I lost. I lost by 1 vote. My people will say 1 not, and maybe I work on. That is, if they score you 100, no go pay you. But when they score you 1, hey, so Coach, 1 vote. I almost entered under my blanket one more time. My husband said, no, you can't do this. That was November last year. I said, you see the small leadership. I said, let me come and do leadership. That you people say I can be a leader. Now look at, they have pushed me again. Let me enter under my blanket. My husband said, you do no such thing. And thankfully, I have one more time community. People around me that said, no, Ekemini, this does not define you. And then Coach, you made a statement. You said, you have not failed until you do not know what to do with failure. Kaya! Coach, that year, we're supposed to have our conference, a professional conference in Abuja. I never go before because of this hiding under the blanket. My husband said, you will go. I said, the boys, you people will die before I come back. I have to be here. I am your Messiah through and through. He said, you will go. That is how Uncle Ray shipped me off. I went to Abuja. My colleague is also on this stream. We're together. I will wake up writing. I will sleep writing. I will have my headset on, TIP messages. I will wake up as we are preparing to go to the conference. I was listening to my intentional parenting journey because it was in November. In fact, I think it was in that hotel room that she decided she would join TIP. Now, when that girl, I've not come to her story yet. Coach, by the time I returned from Abuja, the kind of clarity I got, color me surprised when I now entered this new cohort. That day I was in the room, Jeje. They said they have released groupings. And I said, hey, let me go and check which group. Last year I was in group Kiniko. Let me go and check. As soon as I opened our cohort, I saw my name, cohort lead. I had a brain block. Like instantly, my brain just froze. I now came to the living room. I asked my husband, I said, babe, come. What is my name? Guy man was shocked. Like, what are you talking about? I said, bros, tell me what is my name right now, please. Look at this thing. This person they're writing here, is in my name. He said, yes. Uncle Ray. He said, oh, my leader. I say, who? I am resigning that position. He said, today's resigning this one. He said, today's resigning this one. Then you will do it. Coach, that same leadership that I would have sunk myself inside the failure. It is that same leadership that has given me platforms today. Coach, that same professional space, arising from this live stream now, I'm going to be in a meeting that ordinarily I would not have had any business being. But between November and now, Coach, my transformation, even the blind is seeing it. Coach, we went to the government and I was the last person to be invited to that delegation because somebody just said, how can people go to this? It was a statewide thing. How can people go to this thing without calling Ekemini? Interestingly, I was the last person. I think I was called almost midnight. Tomorrow morning, get ready. Coach, I was a spokesperson of that delegation, talking to government officials from where to where. My confidence is coming out of my ear like, who you be. They don't cook me for TIP. I never done. No. But my cooking inside here, na firewood, no be gas, not say gas, they don't suffer. Now firewood, they use cook me inside TIP. Coach, Even me, I am amazed. Come and look at my cohort. Hey, outliers to the world. You can't get it anywhere else. You cannot get it anywhere else. Like these people, when I hear people saying, I used to be at the back, oh, I have now come forward, oh, because of how our leader is leading. Coach, I don't know where these ideas came from. I didn't know this, my head was capable of this kind of things. So. Because in my previous cohort, I used to say it, I was in the same cohort with Madam Amina Ismail, Madam Bethel, Madam the Microphone Empress. Who else was in our cohort too? But I'm not sure they knew me. Madam Fatih and Coach Omolola was our team lead. I'm not sure those people knew me. I would just lie down and be doing. When they will post their stories, I'll be like, these people leave me. And then the next time I'm being a leader, from where do I start now? Oh, coach, look at me today. Capacity. Capacity wants to wound me. Coach, look at me today. Like, where else? You see, coach, I don't even know how to say it. My marriage has been better for it because we didn't used to have difficult conversations. I told you my husband likes to sweep things under the carpet. So we will just leave it. Let's not stir the honestness. But today we talk about these things freely. Even when I want to react to a situation, you just hear him say, my leader. Is that how you react to your follower? Before you know it, you start laughing. Next thing he will say, this coach, this thing that you are doing, what if coach should hear it? You are a leader, or a leader should not be behaving like this. I will just start laughing. Coach, my marriage is better. My home is peaceful. Coach, my spiritual life has taken a new turn because those things used to read. I'll not be asking my husband. She's inside the same Bible. Is it a different? I should get another one. Not be this King James version where this coach they use. So I have insights. That's how I now read something and it ministers to me differently. You quote Bible passages and I now wonder, but I've been reading this place now. Coach, I really don't know. Like I issued that disclaimer earlier because honestly, I can't package it for. Is it the gift of perspective? This is our son, this is our 4-year-old today that did not know how to do anything. Do you know that boy? When I tell him to do something, he'll just say no and walk away. Hey, this gift of perspective. When I just say him, be like, I will laugh. I will say, look at you. That we were praying and doing everything for you to talk. All of a sudden you talk. You even now have opinion to work out on me, Sha. That is what perspective has done. I don't go hitting my head on the wall. I don't go say, hey, how can you? I reframe my thoughts and just know that, okay, you have come to the point that you need to learn how, what, where, and what to say. No wahala. So let us start that teaching. I didn't know you have even reached that point. The other day, we just brought down puzzle. And this boy fixed it. We never knew he could fix puzzle. Because we had packed it now, the brother had used it and finished. This boy has started fixing puzzles. They were journaling, coach. So I just brought book. I didn't buy journal. I just brought book, gave him pencil. Oh yeah, write your thoughts. He wrote, I shared it in my cohort. He wrote, I ate all my food. Coach, this boy reads. I'm not talking reading is a. He reads books. He is 4. He will be 5 in April. Let's leave. The other one is a professor. Everybody knows him. Service. Those children can offer services. You know, in New York, shout out to my people. Ibom Yadase. We have review every month. If you're in New York and you used to come for review, I have dragged you out today. It is this Sunday. Come out. So we have reviews every Sunday here in New York. This last time I took the kids there. You needed to see my son serving food, packing plates, doing everything. Hey, auntie, don't worry, I'll help you. And everybody was just looking at him. They are all here on this live stream. They can attest to this. I was like, eh. And then when he came back home, he said, Mommy, how did I do? He's very accountable. Mommy, how did I do? Did I do well? I said, you did amazingly. Is it in honor? Coach, that time you came to you in February rather. You didn't even know what was going on. My son grabbed your box and said he'll be the one to carry it. That pink box. Yeah, I mean, no, red. This boy dragged the box. I still have pictures of a Coach Ruth and Madam Maribel looking at him like, what is wrong with this one? He carried the box. He says, him, this is Coach Wendy's box. We got to the hotel. He refused to release the box. He said he wants to put it in your room. So we took our flight to the room. He put it there. He was now fine. The next time when you people came with the TIP team, he was so sick. But before he fell sick, he has said, oh, Coach Ebuka is coming. Are you serious? I need to give my coach a gift. One thing. I said, okay, what? He said he needs to give them a gift. He wants to print. I reached out to somebody who does that stuff. Now, this lady gave me a rundown of what is needed. Cup, more, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, please hold on. When he comes back from school, this business is not mine. So I took it to the boy. He chose journals. That he wants Coach Ebuka's picture on top of the journal. I said, what does this boy say? And from which money? He said, no, mommy, take money from my piggy bank. We're going to do it. I went back to the lady. I said, is it doable? She said, yes. I said, okay. We went on Facebook. He used my phone. We went on their pages, sort out pictures. I said he wants to do separate for both of them. Long story short, on the day you people came to the at the airport, he was so sick. He couldn't even express all he wanted to express, but he would always keep saying, mommy, have those gifts arrived? Mommy, what of my coach's gifts? So on our way back, I called the girl. I said, if you don't want me to just die, please send someone's gifts. That night, he said we must land in the hotel and give Coach Ebuka his gifts. Coach, this boy understood honor, understood how to go about it, understood that I can't express it. And so when he said we had to go down there, we're like, because why not? So we had to find a way and deliver those journals. Coach, I can't really say everything that TIP has done to me. Is it in self-awareness? Coach, I am now aware. When my emotions, like one of those times, I was just flaring up nonsensically. And I sat down and analyzed. I said, okay, it was that time of the month for me. So I told them, I said, please, people should give me a little respite. This is how it is for me. This is that time I'll get better. I didn't know all that now. How would I have known? Coach, you said we should give them experiences. I used to think travel was a luxury. Do you know that all the excuses we make, just like you said, are man-made? Let me leave these children. Let me talk about myself. Coach, in my previous 2 years, I didn't write anything. CIP will come and go. I will not write. Why? My excuse was legit, but they did not deliver results. My excuses were very tenable, but they didn't deliver results. So when I started seeing the transformation in my children, I said, hey, this thing is working. Let me try and write. Why didn't I write? I couldn't, after I gave birth to my first son, I couldn't hold a pen. My brain couldn't even remember how to hold a pen. And so I stopped jotting in church. Any notes I want to take will be on my device. Now, we came to this particular cohort. I said, I will write. Even if it takes me 20 days to finish writing one webinar, I'll write. Coach, my webinars are complete. All my voice notes are complete. My wisdom notes are intact. Coach, the year has not finished though, but this book is almost done. I have to get another one to complete November. Do you know, as I started writing, I started getting better. So you see, it was just man-made. I could have just tried. It didn't come in 1 month though. I started writing. Look at me. Comfort buried me inside. But when I came out and I was stressed, thank you so much to Mr. Augustino. You see that your marriage of today, it will blossom. For this leadership role you have given me, and it has stretched me to this maximum capacity, Uncle Augustine, your life is going to be a testament to what only God alone can do. I became leader. I said leader Baho. But there was one thing I said, that I am determined to, when they want to mention leaders, my name will be inside those leaders that they are mentioning. They cannot mention from 1 to Z, and they will not mention me. How? Coach, I think I've made it happen. I think I have. God has helped. Coach, I used to brag and say that I am computer semi-literate. But coach, if you see my Canva designs now, you see those your tools of the week at a glance. Look at the creator. Coach, if you see my Canva designs, I do them for our business. I structure the bit. By the time I'm sending you invoice and bill, it's not kalu. It is structured with our logo, everything. It's inside TIPO. That year that they taught us to use it and do family values and everything. That is where I learned it. Now my son is learning how to do slides. Coach, I have become, or I am becoming, as it were, so that my children will become. We used to do Sunday school exam in our church. I will run away. For over 10 years, I never took the exam. In fact, the day they say it's exam, I will go and serve in generator house so that they will not catch me. Just when the exam is over, I will stroll into the church. My teacher will be saying, Kenny, where have you been? You don't write the exam. I didn't know what was doing me. Until sometime early this year, The results of the exam came out. They were awarding people in church. And our 6-year-old son looked at me and said, Mommy, why have they not called your name? I said, with pride. I said, I didn't write the exam. He said, Mommy, why? I didn't know what to say. But after much reflection, I went back to him and I told him, it's fear. My parents are teachers, and it is better for you to die than to fail an exam. And so rather than write that exam, and I didn't even think I was going to pass, I just was, let me not even write because I will fail. And he held my hands and said, Mommy, it's just for you to prepare. And when you prepare, you will do well. Coach, I went and carried my Sunday school manual, wrote the exam. When the results came out, I was second in the whole adult church. Coach, when I went out to receive my gifts and I was walking back the aisle, my son ran and gave me a big hug. He said, Mommy, you did it. Mommy, you did it. You see, I told you you could do it. I told you you could do it. That gave him practical, the lesson was, there's nothing you tell my son now that he cannot do what. My son's average, the least he has ever gotten is 94. How can you tell him he has not gone? This term, he told us he wanted to get 100 in all his subjects. I said, all the best. Last week was midterm in Akwa Ibom. When my husband went for the open day, I couldn't go. He said the teacher told him that every parent was coming to ask, who is this Ubon Obasi? I want to see this Ubon Obasi. I said, please, hide my child, oh. They were coming to ask, who is this Ubon Obasi? We want to know Ubon Obasi. His least average since he started school has been 94. I can't remember sitting down to say A+1 is this. All I do is implement TIP2. Do I even implement all of them? It has how. The little I am able to implement is going into his academics. Of course, we didn't even know what we were doing was working. We're just focused on them being human beings and not being non-entities. That's what we're focused on. But we didn't know that it was translating to every aspect of their lives. Is it this small one? This small one does, as in if you see him reading, the other day, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, I walked in on him. He was doing a presentation to himself. He packed all the books and he said, books by Wendy Ologe. This one is connected to correct. Coach, he reads, as in he reads. I'm not talking this thing. He's 4. This one by this one. So he's learning presentation. My son will come, Mommy, you're having a live class. You have not even made any comment. So that is, he knows that he needs to be out there shining his light because he has seen his mom do so. Even my husband that used to stand at the back. People will not believe that this my husband used to talk. When we're getting married, they say, Auntie Ekemini, how are you going to cope with this man that doesn't talk? That is the same man that is in front. Coach, I now speak in panels. Coach, I anchor events. My husband is invited to mentor boys. My children are role models to other children. Hey, Coach, people make me the other adults in their children's lives. How? How now? In fact, my mom, when we went to see my mom, Coach, how can I forget? Family rivalry. Coach, we're just 2 children. I mentioned that. But we were not talking to our parents for over 3 years. My parents could pass my children on the road. They will not know them. I mean, we are 2 children, just myself and my brother. Yes, Coach. What really happened, I don't know. It went on for so long, and of course, I held on to my grudges. I held on to my grievances. So it was like my parents versus us. Coach, the day that I knew that this thing was a mess, I work in the teaching hospital. I'm a medical radiographer by God's grace. My father came for a checkup in my facility. I didn't know he was coming. For whatever I was doing, I came, I saw my dad. I greeted, good morning, sir. My dad walked past me like, do I know you from somewhere? Hey, Coach, we will go for functions of mutual people. And my parents would be like, I said, we don't even get to sit together. So if it's a family function, all of us will be like, I'll sit with my brother. They will sit on their own. After the event, they go, we go. I come back to my Coach. It's not like we stay in different states. From where I stay to where they stay is give or take 30 minutes. Coach, this went on for years. I gave birth to our second son. There's other people that were helping me. My mom would send something, I think, out of just courtesy through other people. My brother is on this live stream. Coach, until that webinar came and I started walking my way. My parents, my children didn't even know my parents. They would ask me, one day, whatever we were talking about, my son said, Mommy, you mean you have a father? And I told my husband, But today, we go to my parents' place, we sleep over. My mother is their best buddy, sends them stuff, comes to visit. Last week, she came and visited them. I was still at work. I came back and her grandma came. Coach, that wouldn't have been possible without CIP. I would have still been stuck up where I was. Coach, the deliverance came for my family. My brother is now their person. We didn't know anything about my parents. Like me and my brother will sit down and say, if these people die today, what are we going to do? As in, what are we going to write about them? We didn't know anything. Like we just knew this was our father. Hey, this thing they used to say family history. What are you even talking about? In fact, when I was getting married, I think that was how I even knew how to get to my village because my parents were stay in the village. It was that bad. As in, everything was just jaga parenting everywhere. But coach, this is me. And my mother now sees this transformed girl. My mom sees my posts on Facebook and says, now my girl be this. And I'm now wondering if I didn't hear this thing that you wanted for me, how would the process have come about? Coach, my God will bless you. You see this thing that you are saying that looks like blessing, you have not started. No, you have not started. My God will bless you. Coach, you see that son of mine that they said cannot do anything. They wanted to do cooking competition in his class. And they needed a boy. Everybody says, they will carry 6. From where to where? They took this boy. This boy was going to school. Mommy, I have to come back for my competition. I seen he was so into it. Long story short, he participated fully and his group won. Everybody was like, Ekemini, how? Your child has 6. I will go and look at him through the window. He didn't sit down for the 2 hours they were in that competition. He will stand, he will squat because they were not allowed to sit down. I say, oh, my child. But resilience. He saw it to the finish. This competition finished and coach, how have we been able to drive these children spiritually? We have their prayer days. They pray on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Only them, they will pray. Every week, we have the Bible verses that they are going to recite for the whole week. Of course, praise and worship, that one is sold out to my child already, the second one. The only extra lesson we have ever done in our entire existence as parents is swimming, music school. I don't know how they used to do another one, or the next one I will do is I will take them to work. My son now knows how to do things within the hospital. Like you hear him say, oh, mommy, what's wrong with this patient? I've given him that experience. We take them to the market. You want to see my son marketing nature mist? How will you not buy? Once church is over, he will come, uncle, do you know that my mommy sells the best sobo? Do you want to buy? This one is this amount, this one is this amount. But if you buy all of them, you are going to get it at a discount. So they will come and buy, not because they like me, or because shame has brought them to come and buy. Coach, I think I should stop. I've seen that time has gone. Coach, let me just stop here for now until you call me back. Thank you.
Wow. We've lost our voice. I don't know about the other people who are on the stream. It was such a journey. It was such a thing to listen to. I had tears, I laughed, I a lot of emotions all at once. What a journey. As we shared and, it got to a point where I began to realize that some things will actually never happen. And you might not even have this route at all. You couldn't have, you wouldn't have even been here at all. And I say all the time that it's important that we listen to people's journey. There's something about what people share that can change your life. I don't know about you. I'm sure that Ekemini would think that she has come to share her testimony. But I think that Ekemini has touched a core for most of us. She's been able to actually get into, somehow cause places that most times we don't look into. I would say the least, it's humbling to listen to you this morning. I don't know. I was short of words. I just wanted to just listen to you.
I can continue.
Please. And all that is was just to how palpable this journey is. How touching. How can you touch the tangibility of a thing so much that you can feel it? When you were sharing something about your family, that got me into tears literally. And I said to myself, now, this would be a whole household, a whole generation, but for things that could have been dealt with, just for life, just for knowledge, just for being able to actually just have access, and it's not just about the working. Ekemini said something. She said, all I needed to do was just to do the things, even when I don't understand them. Rihanna reached out to me recently. I said, after the webinar, the Sydney Rivalry webinar, she said to me, Coach, I just have to do it. I didn't believe what you said. It touched me. He said, Coach, I don't need to believe you to walk it because I heard the Holy Spirit on this platform. I didn't even need to agree with you. It doesn't matter what my mind is telling me and my intellect. He said, but I did. If you do not have people on this stream, this is the time to actually go and sit with this. Tell them to come and listen to Real Transformation. How life can actually transform you. When we say we they work, we they implement, they show. This is a typical example. And you usually say that you don't know what is chasing us. When people are running, you don't know what is chasing them. Why you carry TIP on your head? Hey, all these things that you're saying. Hey, TIP, hey, some of us know where we're coming from. Some of us know where we're coming from. And we know that without this light, we are gone. And it is literal in the literal sense of it. You are listening to Ekemini Emmanuel. Ekemini is the team lead of cohort 1O. I didn't even know, I don't know how team leads are selected. That's the interesting thing. It's a whole system that runs without me. And, I get to understand and see the team leads when I have the first encounter meeting with them. And that is it. But it was a new name. I just saw the name. It was a new name because, like she said, previously, nobody knew her. And how she was actually brought to the front, I also didn't know, right? I don't know what, whatever it says that, criteria it was. But look at the tangibility of this journey. Look at how transformational it actually got in. I don't know what to say. And I'm sure that a lot of us, like me, lost their voice. I was listening, I was taking notes, I was wondering what I was hearing. Ekemini, thank you again for sharing so much from inside of you. And thank you for doing the work. Thank you for showing that what it is that God has given in our hands works. And for me, that's the takeaway today. You have again told us that we're not playing. Something happened recently, and I was speaking to Coach Amola, whom I've mentored for the past 6-7 years, so proudly so. And she said, Coach, I have agreed that I've not wasted my life with you. I've come to that place where nobody can tell me otherwise. And I can take people on a journey, me, Omolola, and get to that space. Thank you again for sharing. Ekemini, you want to, share other aspects. We're here. We're listening to you. Share on 3 top webinars. I wish we had all the time to actually listen to this journey. And like she said from the beginning, I'm not even going to share any 50% of what it is that happened to me. I will just be able to just share it here and there. And how Ekemini came from the back and became one of the leaders that, can lead, really. And if you tell me choose a leader that will be, returning, and I don't have the power to do that, I would say, please bring a Ekemini, please, to come and lead another cohort. That would have been what I would say if I'm going to make a choice. But I don't do those choices. But that's how much she's been able to show and lead. Ekemini, what will be your top 3 webinars? And you can also share, as you're running, and also share your top 3 books and whatever it is that those webinars have been able to do for you. Over to you, Ekemini.
Thank you so much, ma. Okay, my top 3 webinars. Number 1 will be, who are you parenting? You see, that webinar helped me not to unalive our first son. It may look so simple, but I didn't know him. I was parenting him by default. I was parenting him based on what I knew, what I grew up to see. But I didn't know that I was killing this boy. In fact, even before my husband joined the yard, when he'll do something, I'll just carry this my webinar note and tell him, and that's one thing I do. When I'm writing webinars, I don't write during live sessions. Nah, live session is for me to catch cruise. It's for me to watch coach and be seeing how she's doing her hand and all that, and listen very well, and then learn from. It was on this comment session that Professor Chris, I'm sure he won't even remember this, Professor Chris shared how they did an SOP for their child for bathing. I picked it and ran with it, and it has been working for us. So that's what I do during live webinars. So when I now come back, I listen to webinars like 3 times averagely. This particular who are you parenting, I think it has reached 10 times. Because by the time he starts to manifest the glory of God, you know what I'm trying to say. I will go and carry it and read again, just so that the memory, the knowledge is fresh and I don't unalive him. Who are you parenting? I got to know who this boy was, what his weaknesses were, what his strengths were, how to address them. Now, this boy had a lot of fears. Our first son now had a lot of fears. What did I do? We infused all his fears into affirmations. I am bold and brave. I am an excellent child. I listen to my teachers. Learning is easy for me. My mommy and daddy love me. All those insecurities that he had, we formed them into an affirmation list, like 22 of them, and pasted it on our wall. And we made him recite it day after day. We started seeing the confidence coming out. That would be my very first webinar. And then that also helped us with our second child. We now knew who he was, how to go about parenting and tutoring him. That has just been a game changer for us as a family. The second webinar would be understanding your family dynamics. Let me put it side by side, seasons of life, because it's only 3 I have. Understanding your family dynamics and seasons of life. At that point, we needed to always be everywhere, attend these, they will call you here, you will go here. After those 2 webinars, I sat down and called myself Ekemini, and I answered, So you see this season of your life, you have to restructure this. And you know, Coach Omolola doesn't come to play. There's one thing that she said that stayed in my head. She said, truth is not cute. Truth is truth. Hey! Even when I'm looking for you to just pamper me, just be rubbing my head small, you say truth is truth. Anyway, I ran with this too. So in that season of my life, what I'll call my wilderness experience, when my children, I was just trying to get them to be human beings, first of all. We think concern salon. I didn't plait my hair for maybe 3 years on a stretch. I would just go on cornrows. What is my problem with makeup? Time that I would have used to go and research how to come and teach these children. He said, she can sit and be doing what? I will go to work. My mind is okay. What next am I going to go and implement? You call me for an occasion. I'm so sorry I can't come. If I have something I send to you on a Saturday that I'm supposed to sit down with these children, no, I will not come. That fear of missing out, it was not there. In fact, my husband is a choir leader. Shout out to you, my superstar husband. Yeah. So I would tell him very politely when we have choir ministrations outside our parish, I say, sir, you and I know that the children I have, one of them is an ordained music minister from birth. That is why I'm still singing in the choir, so that I give him that parenting advantage of the space. And coach, that advantage, when he goes to play the drums, they'll be looking at him like this. But he has a platform. His father is a choir leader. Come on. So he gets to use the instruments and hone his skills. So I told him, sir, please, this is the reason I'm still here. Otherwise, I would have gone to another department. Any ministration outside this our parish, respectfully, sir, my leader, sir, I will not come. I need to stay with these children. Because if I carry them to that place, coach, those days, I will just turn and see my child sitting beside the pastor because he has climbed up the altar and they have kept him by the ministers. I will just be like, hey, Jehovah. So I will stay with them. During webinars, I know they do tell them, even the one that they said they're talking to men, I will put myself inside. Because I have men, man. So if me, I do this thing, the children will learn. I will put myself inside. It is me. They say, the boy, you don't need to bail out. I have male children. They say, raising a girl with sense. I don't have females. But she, I'm a girl, Abby. And then I have girls around me. So I will put myself inside there. The third webinar, how do I do this thing now? Because, coach, let me try. That honor as a skill that we fought about. Hey! Coach, that webinar. My son came to me that day and said, Mommy, why do you say, when you're talking to daddy, you say, thank you, sir, this one, sir, this one, sir. Is it not your husband? I say, yes, he's my husband. But I also tell you, sir. He said, but he's your husband. I say, okay. When we go out, do you hear the way I greet people? He say, yes. How do I greet them? Say, good morning. So I say, that shows honor. Abi say, yes. So why should I not honor you people inside this house? So he has also adopted that. We come back from work. He said, oh, mommy, one of those days, whatever I was doing, and the dad drove in, and I was like, okay, when they finish opening the door, I just be, Mommy, daddy is back, and you are not coming out to welcome him. Mommy, is that honor? I said, no, sir, it is not honor. I jumped up and I ran and followed him. Because I'm not saying I've done all, but the best I've been able to do, I've translated it. Coach, this one is number 3B, time and energy management. Coach, before, I used to be everywhere. Ekeni, come, I am there. Ekeni, can you help me? And now, you cannot drag me like that. And my son is a perfect time manager. You tell him, Mommy, you have been on Facebook since so. That time you are using to do Facebook. Wouldn't you have read 2 pages of your book? I'll be like, no, I'm just advertising the business. You have not still finished. I close it and keep and come and read your book. Mommy, I want to do this one and I want to finish it in 15 minutes. Coach, when he during his 6th birthday this year, he said he wanted a Bible. Because the Bible we gave him was a picture Bible with children that he said no, that he's tired of borrowing my Bible. He wants his own Bible with complete verses and chapters, and he wants a wristwatch. Those were the only 2 things my child asked for. That he wants to be able to time himself. He's tired of coming to ask us for time. So we got him 2. Got him the one with minute and second hand, and got him the other one so that he will know this boy is super. This boy that we will be pushing, school, let us do this. He's now the one running time for us in this house. Because he has seen how we have been able to structure our time. Examples, this thing that coach says, examples. One of those days, I now know my energy cycle. I am a night or early morning person. So I always read at night. They know I wake up to read at night. So anytime they come to the table and my books are not there in the morning and to show that I had read, Mommy, you didn't wake up to read. I'll be like, I packed up before people woke up. So that day they came to our room and didn't see my husband. They said, Mommy, where is daddy? I said, Daddy is in the living room. What's he doing? I say, reading. They say, why? That singular question turned things around for my husband. You know what my husband used to do? So that they will not distract him. He will be reading when the children are sleeping. He will be reading when they are at school. So they didn't know that daddy used to read. They only know that mommy is the reader. So now my husband's books are scattered everywhere. Daddy is reading. You people should come and see that. They only knew that mommy was the one that studies. He doesn't joke with boys' leadership activities. So how? If you see my son during their Kings Awake, it is me that will cover duvet and be answering amen from under the duvet. He will be praying. He used to, let me believe his tongues, because those things he says is not English. During their Kings Awake, he has seen us live this and is living it. Even the younger one now, my son, the first one, we've come to see, he has a gift of public speaking. He's a super leader and he speaks. So we are channeling, just leave music. The first one sings here. You would think is a toad that has sore throat that is singing. So I just leave singing, just be going. So we've left him for public speaking. But this other one sings so beautifully. But because he sees his brother presenting, he always come and say, Mommy, give me your phone, give me your phone. What does he want to do? He wants to watch himself speak. And then he will now correct what needs to be corrected. So the second one now has now followed him. You just hear him saying, common phrases in the inner circle, let's go. That is like the most amazing thing he says. Whenever he sees any of those my Bobiadas people, shout out to my sisters again, he will just tell them, Coach Wendy, book review, Coach Wendy. That is how all of them, their name is Coach Wendy. So you see, they see the way we live these things. They see the way we structure. Don't come to my house by 8 p.m. or call me by 8 p.m. I am fast asleep. If not for this leadership thing, 7:30, we are in bed, because that is when our schedule ends. And they know. So peradventure we are outside doing anything, just say, Mommy, is way past our bedtime. Mommy was supposed to be in bed by now. And truly, you will see that their eyes are very heavy with sleep. So they see the way we structure our time, and they have been able to replicate it in their lives. And then, Coach, you say webinar, but I know their courses are different from webinars. So there's the EI course, there's the learning style course, there's the sex educate course, principally communicate. Communication course, this is my mouth. Hey, Coach, my mouth used to run. I didn't know how to control it. I didn't know what to say, when to say, and how to say it. But this course came through for me. Coach, I now speak, and I speak sense. What comes out from me Coach, I now know how to carry myself. I know when not to speak and when to speak, even within the home. And my children have learned it. So when they say something, and I'll be like, what do you say? They'll say, oh, Mommy, I'm sorry, I forgot. Or they'll even come to you, Mommy, should you have said that? These have helped me. Coach, I can see that it's 9:28 already, and I don't know if I should stop at this point. But I still have plenty. See, Coach, my note is full like this. Coach, you're muted.
Someone, say, make a comment and say, we've laughed, we've cried, we've shouted, we've screamed. It's a mix of all emotions. Honestly, this will be one of those my intentional parenting journey that I've enjoyed so much listening to. Where you're just everything is happening at the same time. Like everything is happening. The excitement, who agrees with me that Ekemini is a whole vibe? And yes, shout out to you, Uncle Ray, the ray of the sunshine of her sunshine. I love it. And if you're not okay, please shift. That's how we love it. And I love the ray of the ray. Thank you
Coach,
so much.
Coach, please, one thing. Coach, please, one thing. So I wanted to say that you break my heart when you prefer Uncle Ray over me. I'll tell you why. Do you know, Coach, let me tell you. Those days when I was in the yard alone, Uncle Ray will come and say, we are doing courses. He'll say, hey, Ologe baby is chopping my wife's money. Look at, babe, how many are you people in that class? I'll tell him. You say people paid how much? I'll say 2,000. He'll calculate, cha. Are you serious? Okay, I see it's no yelling challenge too. It means there's 1, there's 3. He'll calculate, That same man is who you are preferring over me today, Coach. That same person.
It's my apostle. I love him like that. Please don't be angry. He got converted and he got converted well. So please, after all, Paul the apostle killed her son and became Paul. What are you talking about? So you now want to come and cast on Korea and now use something to now remove our love. This is evil. This is not it now. Evil. Uncle Ray, don't mind that. I shall not listen to her. After all, people repent and they repent genuinely. Yeah, good repentance. So what are you talking about? Ekemini, be careful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for actually sharing. Who agrees with me that Ekemini has shared so much of our journey? And in 1 hour, 30 minutes, it's been such amazing thing. Ekemini, are you going to name your 3 top books before we leave here?
Yes, ma'am.
Name it.
Okay, I call him the Parenting Toolkit Starter Pack. That's how I call it. I won't mention Connect to Correct because that one, everybody has it. Discipline is not an emergency. That book taught me structure in every segment of life. Raising the independent thinking child. That book should be like a Bible. Everywhere you go, every handbag that you have, parenting launch plan. And the last one, if you don't used to watch my intentional parenting journey, please start. I knew about parenting advantage. Interestingly, I had the book, but I didn't read it because, of course, it was not a level 1 book. It was level 2. I'll read it later. I was just there. But Everybody was just mentioning this book, and I went to read it. My goodness, that book, I should have even read it before Connect to Correct or anything. So, Parenting Advantage is my third book, Coach.
Alrighty. Parenting advantage. What did you call them? What? How did you lock? You parenting what?
Parenting
Toolkit
Toolkit Starter Pack.
starter pack. It's all right. The others have different kind of things. Different kinds of things that they say. Anyway, I see you on Korea. Korea said the Lord has helped me. Yes, you have been helped. And we found no sin against you, even though that we have some enemies who want to put stumbling block in our love. I refuse to be taken to that path. I bind you. I mean, I bind you this morning. Thank you so much for being here. It's such a good, this is such a good way to actually start the day. What an amazing thing to listen to. What an awesome time. Ekemini. Yes, such a whole vibe. And if you agree with me, put the fire emojis in the comment section because we love the extras and the extras that the Ekemini bring. And I just love it. I just heard now that Uncle Ray is the choir minister, and you are also. The next time I'm in you guys are going to join me. We shall do a rendition together. And we're going to publish it when we're done. I'm getting so excited. Such an amazing couple, such an amazing people to be here. Thank you again for being here. You have a lot of fire emojis. 237 people watched live. And hey, of course, Ekemini is giving all of the life. And trust me, you're looking to actually drink a beautiful Zobo. Amazing. Talk to Ekemini. In fact, she brought those nobles to my hotel room when I was in Rio. Like I said, I've been to Rio 3 times, this year. And I was like, who makes this Zobo now? I was looking for who sent the Zobo. And then I now saw, Nature's Man. I now remember that she had mentioned it in our group one time when she was talking. And I was like, this is so amazing. And did you hear her? She said that Nature Smart started out of a webinar where her husband heard that he cannot be drinking Coke. Sir, Coke is not for you. You are old enough. So yes, and they decided, okay, can we make something natural? Can we, begin so I can have a drink and all of that? And boom, they decided, okay, this thing can actually become a business. That's what Inner Circle can do for you. I don't think I should be preaching to you what Inner Circle can. After listening to this session, I'm still going to preach for you. No, I have nothing to say. So 10 minutes. Before, as we round off now, please do share with the audience who are listening to you, who are saying, oh, it's hard. Oh, I don't know where to start from. Oh, people who were where you were before now. Or people who said, how much, who are press calculator, like Ongore with you? Because as you're pressing calculator, we're still going to be moving. I don't know how we're going to stop because you're pressing calculator, but you'll be all right after a while, right? So please, Ekemini, in your last words, let's hear them.
Okay, so if you're listening to me, yes, it's hard. It's no longer news that this thing is hard. But you signed up to be a parent. You know what you did and became a parent. And so you got to do the work, man. It is hard. Yes, it is hard. But if you determine in your heart, you will do it. If I can, you can. I'm not sure there was anybody who loved comfort like I do. But nobody who loved to be at the back like I do. But look at me. Every other person could see that I had something in me, but I never could see that. And when I stepped up and started doing the work, the transformation is just everywhere. In fact, I don't even know how, just like I said, I'm not sure I've been able to share up to 40% of what I have in my book written down. But what I'm going to say is those little steps, they amount to something so much huge. I don't do all the connection tools on the day that I'm supposed to do them. But somehow I just try. Let it not be that I'm not doing anything. So it is hard, but you can make it happen. You can start by structuring your life because what keeps us down is the structure that we lack and also our devices. By the time you stop the mindless scrolling, by the time you stop the journeys that do not add anything to your life, by the time you stop the comparisons, stop putting yourself under pressure, nobody really cares about what's happening in your life. Focus on your focus. And don't listen to me today and go and hit your head on the wall. I have young children like this lady now. Focus on your focus. My family dynamics are different. Where I am coming from, you have heard a little of my trauma, where I'm coming from. Did I tell you that I was sexually molested in my father's house? My mother was watching, but she didn't know. This man put me on his laps and was doing whatever. So if I can, you can. I've not shared that part, Abi. There's a lot that I need to share, but we don't just have time. Let's go and drink wine in Uncle Augustine's wedding. So if I can, you can. Just put it as we round off here today. Go and sit down and think about all you have heard me say today. Go and dust those books that you have put under. Go and look at those webinars. Webinars always come to talk to us. Like I said, there will always be that one word that when coach mentions it, or one sentence, when coach mentions it, you look as if they put your name before she says those sentences. Don't trivialize what is happening in this place. This place is like where God himself comes down to talk to you man to man. Do not trivialize it. Yes, it is hard, but it is doable. Since that you have been giving those excuses, tell me the results that it has produced. Why not try something else? You have given the excuse, it has not given you results. Try doing the work now and let's say the results will not come. Thank you so much, man.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I don't even know what to say again. Do the work. Since you have not done it, it's hard, it's hard. What result do you have to show for it? Paul the apostle says, show me your faith without words, and I will show you mine with words. Let's compare it. Let's see how it is that it goes. This has been one of the most powerful journeys to listen to on my intentional parenting journey. See, Ekemini has been here for years, by the way, but Ekemini just rose to the doings in this year. I said, if they work, if they show, if they implement, if they loud. Implement like your year, your days, your life depends on it. If you're a new yada, that is my this thing to you. You know, somebody sent me a chat. I said, you might not understand everything, but do as you hear. That's what is going to save you. You don't need to understand. You don't even need to like me, like I always say. Just do the thing, carry out the instruction. I'm not ice cream. If you like me all the time, there's something wrong. There are times that I speak and you're like, what's wrong with that? Who the hell is she? It's okay for you to feel that way. I'm even okay that you feel that way. If you're always loving me, I've failed as a leader. That's the truth. That means I'm not hitting you and telling you the truth. Truth is not hit, like Coach Malala would say. Truth is truth. And we're going to actually be able to tell you what truth looks like. And if you are able to just put yourself in it, trust me, your life will be transformed. There are yadas, and there are yadas. I have heard yadas. Lives transformed. I remember a particular yada share how their house only watches webinar, and what that did to their marriage, their company, and they grew a company that run into millions and millions of systems and have access. Oh, the testimonies are a lot. There are even others who can't come on this tree and have loud testimonies. But maybe by position of their who they are in the society, maybe by by different things, they are not able to actually come on this live stream. Do they work? Do they show? And everybody around you. Somebody said, I didn't know my pastor was a yada until one day he was teaching and quoting the same voice notes. I'm like, pastor, you have not told us about this thing. You've been a yada. That's how it is. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Ekemini. You know that I love you. Don't worry. It's not like I don't love you. I love you, right? Of course I do. I love you. I honor you. Thank you for taking out your time to actually be here. I do not take your time for granted. I love you, but I also love Uncle Ray very much too. So yes, I needed to put that so that I can pepper you a little bit more. Thank you so much for being here. It's been such an honor, and watching your growth, watching how it is. I feel so. I don't know. There's something that you did today to all of us. I don't know about everybody, but to me, this journey has changed my life, literally. And I want to say thank you to you. We're going to let you go now, and we're going to allow you to continue the rest of your day and continue your noise making your call. Oh, thank you for making noise. We love the noise, please. Don't stop making noise. We love it. Thank you so much. You have just listened to Ekemini. Ekemini has been, he's the cohort lead of Cohort 1.0. She's the founder of Smart Nature Smart Drinks. And trust me, Ekemini has blown our mind. I don't know about you, but I was listening to her and I was saying, how can one person have such palpable transformation? Really? Come on now. Just felt like, just holding hand, just, giving her a very good hug. What a thing to hear this morning. What an amazing, amazing thing to see. And if you are a new yada, you're just new on this platform, you don't even know whether you have come in or not. I beg you, take your life seriously. Ekemini said she was covered by the blanket of marriage, blanket of comfort, and she was already a radiographer. She was already working. The fact that you're working and you're doing well and earning money doesn't mean you have become. There's so much in your life. There's so much in your life that actually have transformed. Hey, somebody said I must be in cohort 1. We have moved. We are now in cohort 1U. So you can't be in cohort 1O. And Ekemini is not in cohort 1O anymore again, by the way. So it's not about the cohort. You can make your cohort as well if you're listening to this. All right. But thank you so much for coming out this morning to also listen and also take in. For every my intentional parenting journey you take in from here, something leaves you, something you have, there's a transformation that happened. That's what the inner circle does to you. Yeah, Ekemini is in cohort 1K for 2026. That's what the inner circle does to you. If you can listen to what it is that you hear here and implement your life, nobody will recognize you in 1 year. I can assure you. If they recognize you in 1 year, just know that I'm not called. I know, like I know my name, what I heard to deliver to my word. I'm not asking you whether you think. I don't think. I know. I know what it is that I've been given to give. I know. I'm not confused about who I am. I'm not confused about what I've been told to deliver. If you need to borrow money to be on this inner circle, do it. That's what I said. If you need to sell an asset to be here, do it. Your life depends on it because you're hearing it today. God has brought you here for deliverance. Trust me. And when you see your life, you will not recognize. People around you will be wondering what has happened to you. And what are we talking about? You are only able to get in. Just pay your slot. There's booking and not booking and all of that. Yeah, you can book. The last day for you to complete your payment will be the end of the month. The moment inner circle starts on the 1st of December, nobody, whether you're returning yada, you're a yada from 10 years, you're yada from this, wherever you are, you can't enter inner circle after the 1st of December. Never. The moment we fly on that induction, 6 p.m., Monday, the 1st of December 2025, inner circle door shut. If you pay the next day, you wait for the next cohort. I know people who have paid from December 2nd of last year. They waited till today, and they're still waiting to get into the yard. Get into the yard. Do this for your life. Even on 40,000 naira for a year, do this for your life. Your life will return and thank you for it. 220,000 for a whole couple slot, 2 people. It's going to transform your life. Going to transform. The truth of the matter is, we can't tell you all there is to do. Ekemini didn't share 10 to 20% of what has happened to her. No, you are not able to. You're not able to. So what you're hearing here, I've never heard Ekemini share this thing. I was in tears myself. I've not had the time to be able to speak to her. I've met her twice, but I've never interacted in that manner. But she has been able to share just a little bit. Imagine what can happen to your life. Imagine, I look at her, she said, we started Nature Smart in February. When we heard that webinar, today, I can't count the thousands of bottles we have sold. If you are in the yard, you come into the yard, you are not making money. Now you do yourself. You're not listening. You're not implementing. That's the truth. Again, if you borrow money to get in here, that will be the last money you have to borrow if you ever move to implement. Trust me. And I'm not saying it, to cajole you or anything. I am saying it with every sense of responsibility in me. Somebody reached out to me and said, Coach, the only thing I heard you say was borrow money and get in here. I have borrowed money, I've paid, I'm waiting. I didn't hear any other thing. If that is the only thing you hear, please hear it. Your life will thank you for it. And remember that I said that waiting, I saw Tekena saying waiting has not been easy. Yes, it will be the longest wait. You wait for 1 year, not because we want to show or want to tell you how. No, no, no. It's because you can't get in on the second day. We don't want to overwhelm you. My primary responsibility is your transformation, not your money. My primary responsibility is your transformation. That's the truth. So there is something to do. We know what to do. We know what to do to collect money. It's not it 140,000 for 1 year. Want to make money is not for 1 year, 140,000 naira. You can make it one day and put it. People who know me know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can do it in one day and move on. To be able to speak with me for 1 hour is 200,000 naira. Caps, no, there's no, it's standard. So I can make that money in an hour. And it doesn't give you what it is that the inner circle will give you in 1 year. Never, never. I actually look forward to having you in the yard. I look forward to your transformation in the yard. I look forward to you being able to be on this platform like Ekemini and sharing what can transform people like Ekemini has done this morning. You too can. Oh, you too can. You too can. Your life can be, if my life can be transformed on this journey, anyone's life can be. Anyone's life can be. People have been on this journey 7 years. You know, people who started with used to be their 7th year right in the yard. And if every single person we started with is still here, it tells you something. 7 years, steady, in here, no backing down. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. And if you're a yarder, you heard all the things that the Ekemini shared today, and you're wondering, hey, so much result. Focus on your focus, like she said. I love it. Focus on your focus. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Oh no, if I don't pay now, they'll allow me to pay on the 2nd of December. Nobody will. This is that system. You will see it in real time. Nobody will take you in after. Nobody. It's impossible. It's not possible. So if you're waiting for the money they will pay you on the 4th of December, so that you can pay on the 4th of December, we will not let you in. And it's not us being mean, no. It is because we have this structure of your transformation. And your transformation is highly, we've been given a mandate for your transformation. I can't fail at it. And that's why for me, I drag the others to the end. It's November. We have no business with plenty of ginger. Go and watch all the coaching platforms in the annual system. By the time it's getting to the middle of the month, middle of the year, everybody is doing like this. Thing is dying. Our fire is up for life. Round clock. That's what shows you that this is God Himself pushing a mandate. I'm going to stop here. Thank you again for joining me. I want to hope that this will be that thing that will make you to actually jump into the yard and do the work. Congratulations to you. And thank you again, Ekemini, for sharing with us. We're going to leave you here today. We have a wedding party to attend, like I said. Yes, my first major staff, right? Mr. Augustine will be my first physical staff in TIP. Started with us when TIP was, trying to put a lot of things in place. So interesting and amazing to see a child grow. Something that is so amazing. I feel like, one proud mother this morning, that kind of thing. So yes, you're going to see pictures of us doing some kind of wedding party today. But hey, 2 p.m., there's going to be a live stream for Tuesday Live. It's a structured system. Yes, wedding party, you will see the live stream going on, and we will still be in the wedding party. How do we do these things? Come on now. That is how it works. Get into the yard. You will learn how these things are. There are no excuses. Excuses are cheap. Those that make them are not wise. Well, no matter the tenability of the excuse, believe you me, nothing changes for it. Yadas, I have an interesting story for you on Thursday. Yadas is, we're very proud. They say we're very proud. Whatever people will bring out, we say all these things, Yadas. Yes, I have an interesting story for you. Exclusively, I can't tell it here. They might stone me if I do. So I will tell you on Thursday. Thursday webinar, don't miss it. Come with your yellow blanket with red trimming. Like if you're not coming here with your yellow blanket, you hide. Ow! Please, don't miss it. See you guys and have an amazing day. See you at 2 p.m. Invite your family and friends. Don't forget, share this link with everybody to watch. This has been an amazing ride. See you right in the yard. And of course, The 6-in-1 books are officially live, and you can get them from any of our distributors. And they are part of the books that we're also reviewing in the year. I can't wait. Right? See you in the yard, because the yard is the place where everything happens. See ya Thursday. I can't wait for you, yarders. See you guys on Thursday. Never seen before, never heard before kind of webinar. It will transform your life. Trust me when I say so. Have an amazing day, yarders, and see you in the yard.
Common phrases in the inner circle. Let's go.
You're coming for an inner circle webinar and you're not with your yellow blanket with red trimmings. Is that even a joke?
Oh, I'm running and I'm not looking back because 10,000 lions are chasing me. I have watched all the webinars, but today, Coach came with a bazooka.
Even with my humility agbada, I still collected.
If you're not in the ark, you better enter now because flood na bia o.
In the inner circle, we dey walk and they show.
CIP police is coming for you. There is no need harness here.
You definitely cannot relate because you are not in the yard.
If you are not in the yard.
Why not?